What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we have Dylan, the owner of Jeep Guys Online. We have his JL here today. We're going over a question we get asked probably every single day. I don't know about you. Literally all the time, the most asked question. So I figured why not make a video about it. So today's video, we're going to go over sponsorships, how you get them, what they are, and pretty much everything that has to do with sponsorships. But if you guys haven't already checked out the video we did on his JL, it's not 100% updated because he's changed a lot in the last month or two. Yeah. Updated a couple of things. He's got a bunch of updates coming soon, but I will link the video for his JL overview down in the description for you guys to check out. It's a pretty cool video. But let's go ahead and go into sponsorships. So a sponsorship is essentially a two-way deal. A lot of people get that mixed up and think that they're just going to get sent free parts or things along those lines. And a sponsorship has to work for both the person being sponsored and the company sponsoring them, meaning you have to generate a return on investment. So they're essentially investing in you to get the name of their product out there or to make more sales or anything along those lines. So for example, if you get sponsored for a lift kit or something like that, you have to promote that lift kit. You have to go to events with that lift kit on, all of that stuff. So what would you say the biggest thing sponsors are looking for in people applying for sponsorships?
Lots of advertising, and not like, you know, post a picture on your profile and get like 100 people to view it. Like when we post a picture, we get like 100,000 people each picture, or even more than that, depending on how good the week's going. But each company has what they want in return as a return on investment. So some bigger companies might want a lot more from you. Smaller companies just might want to get ahead and kind of just get as much as they can out. It all depends on the company. But that's something that you talk to and as a contract, and you do with all of them and make sure that you can fulfill that.
One thing to keep in mind is every sponsorship is going to be slightly different no matter which company you're working with. Company to company, it's going to vary.
I've signed like 10-15 contracts, and they're all different depending on what that company wants from me.
And another thing is a lot of people will have nothing to offer the company and go ask for sponsorships, and then you're not going to get anything. Like, that's probably going to upset some people. But if you're getting 50 likes on a picture and you're not going to events to promote their product and everything like that, they're not going to send you parts, because it just doesn't make sense from a business standpoint to send out these parts for free or even a partial discount, which is just, I'll go over partial discounts here in a minute, but even for a partial discount or anything like that. Also, if you notice, if you follow either me or Dylan on Instagram, and if you don't follow Dylan already, I'll put his username down here in the corner for you guys to check out. He's got a bunch of followers on Instagram, posts some pretty sweet content. But if you follow either of us, you're going to notice that we post a lot of like product pictures and things along those lines. Not only are those product pictures for parts that we are working with companies on, but they're also just a good way to get anybody's name out there and to show future sponsors that you're doing a really good job in getting products exposure, that you're pretty good at showing it off. And then we also always post story videos, and I try to post a bunch of YouTube videos or content on our pages when we go to events, because that's another big way that you can grow a business through sponsorships. Is if you have a ton of Jeeps at an event that are running your part, that's a big thing sponsors look for, is like the events you attend and the audience you can bring to them. That's the biggest two things I can think of. How about you?
Yeah, it's all about the return of investment. It's said a lot, but it truly is. I mean, that's what it is for anything. It's the same thing as you going down the highway and seeing a tractor trailer that has a big logo on it. I mean, you're seeing that, and they put that on there for you to see it. Same thing with this. The companies expect you to promote and show the product that they're giving you or giving you a discount for, or whatever it is. I've noticed on Instagram it's a little different, because Instagram doesn't allow you to promote really heavy until you're at 10,000 followers. So most people will instantly look at that. It gives you way more options as a business profile to promote, and cross-platform promoting and stuff, which you can't do on an Instagram page without 10,000 followers. And that's just how Instagram is. Not saying Twitter or Facebook is like that.
It varies per like social media platform, and obviously another thing that a lot of sponsors like to do is swipe up links in your stories with like a photo of you using the product or things like that. That's a really big thing they look for.
And that's a 10,000 follower thing. You can't do swipe ups until you're at 10,000 followers. So that's a big number for a lot of companies. They see that and they know why.
Now, I did mention partial sponsorships earlier in the video, and I said I would touch on that in a little bit. So a partial sponsorship is a discount essentially on the part that is lower than the MSRP, and in return you're providing them posts on your page or promotion at events or things along those lines. Now let's go over like tips to get sponsors. Now this might make a couple people mad just by the way it's worded, but these tips are going to be what works and what you really need to do to get sponsors. I would say I probably did not get any contact from companies before 50. I was thinking like 50,000. Yeah,
yeah, I mean big companies 50, but smaller startups probably 15 or 20,000.
So the biggest thing is just building an audience around your Jeep, even if it's just built around your Jeep and not you specifically. Something to where people know what you drive, what vehicle is yours, and all that stuff. And then another thing that I think is huge when you're getting sponsorships would be attending shows. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, in 2019 I flew to 67 shows that year and drove to about 10, and I flew as a through different companies 77 times. So that shows like that these companies, they're, you know what, like this guy's going to be at this show, like we know he's at the next show, like they have a good investment in you because you're pretty predictable, like they know what you're going to do.
And so yes, sponsors are very cool, but they're also a two-sided deal. They're a lot of work to keep up with, but at the same time have their perks and everything like that. So I mean, out of all the tips I can give you guys for getting sponsors, I can't tell you exactly how to do it because it obviously varies per company, per page. I mean, even me and Dylan's pages, we started them the same day and they've grown differently and changed differently.
Zero, no content, not like literally nothing. A brand new page, and now you're at 107,000,
105,
something like that. I'm about to hit 100,000, 3 million views a month.
But our pages have grown totally different, so I can't really tell you as far as like what you specifically should do. But the two main things is a follower count or an audience. Another thing is these have to be active followers. I do see, and I hate to say it, but some people buying followers in not just Jeeps, but off-road and automotive communities.
There's pages with like 1.2 million followers on a Jeep page, and that's not even, I'm just using that as a real number, but, and then they're getting like 10,000 likes a picture, which that kind of ratio isn't usually as good. That would be that's how much we got when we had 50,000 followers. So
that's just another thing. Companies will look into that stuff. They'll look into if your followers are active.
They'll ask you for all of that.
They'll ask you for, I'll put a little screenshot up of some like engagement photos from like my Instagram or an example of it, so you guys can see what we're talking about. But they ask you for photos of all of your like engagements, your audience, like the audience age, where they're from. All this stuff's needed for when they market the products. So they'll ask you for that. A lot of times they'll ask you for like a time frame that you want to work with them. I know I've been asked multiple times for multiple companies time frames. I mean, for example, look, Dylan's down in a ditch right now taking pictures of his Jeep, probably to put, I'm guessing, to post on Instagram, right?
Yeah, and I'm doing steering stuff for Steer Smarts.
But that's pretty much the main thing about sponsorships. I do get a lot more questions than that, but a lot of them vary per page. So if you do have questions regarding sponsorships, feel free to comment below. Both me and Dylan will try our best to get you guys answers. It is kind of one of those things that it varies so much, it's hard to give you straight answers. But like I said, good followers, good community built around your brand or your page or your Jeep, and go to a lot of events, get your name out there. Even just talking to companies at events helps you a lot. I mean, I know Dylan's made a ton of connections at events just talking to different companies, and so have I. It's been pretty cool. But if you guys do have any questions, like I said, comment down below. We'll do our best to answer them, and comment down below any future video ideas you guys would like to see. If you'd like to see more videos of Dylan off-roading, I know you're getting new gears soon.
New gears, new suspension rework. I'm just kind of getting it to where I want it to be, and then I'll do. I mean, the last is like what, an axle swap. I have everything else on it, armor, winch, and lights, and what I need. But
so this will obviously be rebuilt soon, ready to go out on the trails. Mine's looking a little rough right now, but it should be rebuilt soon, hopefully. We just ordered a bearing kit and everything like that. I may upload a vlog for some stuff we did today, which like we didn't do too much crazy stuff, so I might not. But that's what some of the stuff we did today. We ordered a bunch of parts to get my back axle put back together. But we can take this off-roading if you guys want to see that. I know Dylan has a couple videos up on his channel, so I will link his channel down below in the description. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.